This has been Tony Smith sending music straight to you from Turntable 2. WLAY, the voice of Muscle Shoals. It's quite a jump from digging coal at the bottom of a Scranton, Pennsylvania mine shaft to playing music in immaculate white tie and tails at a swanky New York hotel. But band leader Russ Morgan spanned the gap between miner and musician in the traditional Horatio Algier manner. Russ had to go down into the mines to bring home a day's pay while he was still a half-grown boy. The dangerous and discouraging routine made him determined to try for a musical career. He had taught himself piano in his spare moments, and when he was 14 he began earning odd dollars as a pianist in a Scranton theater. The extra money brought him his first trombone, and soon he was playing with the now legendary Scranton Sirens, the band that produced the Dorsey Brothers and other famous swingmen. With this solid apprenticeship behind him, Russ headed for Broadway at the tender age of 18. It took him 2 years to get into New York's big time, but when he arrived, he went straight to the top. His talents as an arranger landed him jobs with John Philip Sousa and Victor Herbert. Then came a tour of Europe with Paul Speck's orchestra. On his return, he organized, led, and arranged for Gene Goldket's now famous All-Star Orchestra. Next came a stint as musical director for a Detroit radio station. From then on, he became a leading figure in Sweet Swing, getting together an outfit of musical specialists. Russ played at the New York Biltmore and other top-notch spots, did commercial radio programs, made film shorts for Warner Brothers and Paramount, and began a leading recording attraction. Music in the Morgan manner has won its place in the hearts of America's dancing public, a tribute to the musical and personal qualities of Russ Morgan. WJOI Florence. If you have taken to the sun unwisely and too well, you will find soothing, cooling solace in Elizabeth Arden's 8-Hour Cream. Smoothed over your burn, 8-Hour Cream gives quick, cool comfort. When you walk into the sun, choose the Elizabeth Arden sun preparation that best meets your need, and your fun in the sun will be assured. Get Elizabeth Arden's 8-Hour Cream at the corner drugstore in Florence. The time is 8 o'clock. Blonde vocal lovely Peggy Lee actually began her singing career when she was still washing the family's dinner dishes back in her hometown of Jamestown, North Dakota, where she was born Norma Eggstrom, May 6, 1920. She kept the radio on as she worked and sang along with whatever orchestra was playing. A good scholar, Peggy breezed through high school, graduating at 16 and lost no time in her campaign to become a professional singer. She left for California, got her first job as a vocalist in Hollywood's Jade nightclub at a salary of $2 a night. But a throat infection sent her back home to recuperate. During this time, Peggy was oppressed by the fear that her voice had been impaired, but much to her delight, it turned out better than ever. She struck out again, but this time a little closer to home with a singing job in a hotel in Fargo, North Dakota. She won a strong local following in the next 2 years, and feeling that she was ready for the big time, moved on to Minneapolis, where she sang at the Radisson Hotel. Will Osborne heard her there and invited her to join his band as featured vocalist. Next came a stint at the Doll House, a Palm Springs restaurant, and here it was that Peggy quite accidentally developed her now famous soft style one night when she was struck with stage fright and barely whispered her songs. The novel style won her an engagement at Chicago's Ambassador West Hotel, where Benny Goodman heard her and signed her to sing with his band. In a matter of months, she became a national favorite, and on March 8, 1943, she became Mrs. Dave Barber and retired temporarily from the music world. Dave, an accomplished arranger and guitarist with the Goodman Band, took her to California where he freelanced for movie studios and record companies. The couple's daughter, Nikki, was more than a year old when Peggy resumed her career. She found new fame awaiting her in Capitol recordings, radio broadcasts, and theater appearances. Peggy and Dave now live in a home which they have built high in the Hollywood Hills. They work together much of the time, composing songs, making recordings, doing radio broadcasts, and personal appearances in collaboration. 2 recent Barber Lee successes are the hits I Don't Know Enough About You and Just an Old Love of Mine. WMFT, the Tri-Cities' first station. Marie at the piano.
My mother playing the piano.
Yes, sir. That's her mama.